Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
You'll listen to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live with nothing but straight talk, folks. That's how we do it around here. It's nothing but straight talk. My co-host is Mr. Keith Swanson. You guys know him. He's the AI man. People have been looking for him for 2 years now. And I had a lot of money on the table at one time. I said, if you find him, call me, tell him you got money. He never changed his voice. He's been walking amongst the crowd at Black Writers on Tour and other functions, and they never caught Keith. So the money went down to zero. We may start it back, you know. But Keith, how you doing this morning?
I'm pretty good, man. Y'all could be seeing me walking down the street with my robot dogs, okay?
Wow.
I'll be walking my robot dog, okay?
Okay, I hope the sun don't burn you in that robot dog up, okay? Folks, I'm excited today because we have a great guest, a longtime friend of mine, an outstanding young lady. And many of you know her. She's the legacy preservationist. This is a new name for me, you know. And legacy birthday builder. I like that. Legacy birthday builder. And she has a birthday coming up, you guys. She's coming up. She's an author and she's a marketing consultant. She's none other than Miss Linda Morgan Sams. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Dr. Rosie. Good to be here with you this morning. Hello, everyone.
It's so good to have you.
Bringing greetings from Henderson, Nevada. Hot as all get out here, but I am loving it.
Wow. Yeah, Linda moved to Las Vegas, I guess, about a year ago, right?
It'll be a year next month.
Wow, and she says she's enjoying every second of it.
Henderson is nice. Henderson is very nice, yes.
Yes. So today we have a wonderful show for you. We're going to talk about 65 and finally free. The emotional freedom that comes with aging. Wow, it is really something. We say we're older, Keith, bolder, and happier. I was telling my son about the topic this morning. He said, what do you mean happier? I said, when you get 65, you don't give a flip. And by the time he said that, Linda, my grandson walked up to me and he said, Granny, your dress is on backward. I can see the tag. I said, I'm 65 and I don't give a flip. He said, Mommy, you taking that aging too far. I said, well, I'm going to change it when I get to the office. But I'm just saying, you know, I want to ask the audience a question. Going back, if you could go back and give your 30-year-old self one sentence of advice, what would you say and why? We're going to come back to that question later. I want you to think about it. If you could go back to your 30-year age and give yourself one sentence advice, what would that be? Now, this morning we're going to be talking about the freedom of aging, but let's talk about this. But before anyone starts talking about getting old, let me stop you right there. I believe turning 65 isn't about getting older. It's about getting freer It's about getting freedom. There comes a season in your life when you finally stop living it for everybody's approval. You stop apologizing for everything you do, and you even stop apologizing for who you are. There are people who apologize for who they are. I'm sorry I'm mean. I'm sorry I'm friendly. I'm sorry I'm giving. You know, you stop trying to fit into somebody else's expectation. You discover something priceless. So today we're going to talk about that emotional freedom. Turning 65. Wow, what does it mean, Miss Linda Morgan? How does it feel coming to 65? What does it mean?
Well, Dr. Rosie, this has been a journey for me. I celebrate my birthdays in 5-year stints. 0 to 5, I celebrate big. So this going into 65, being official elder, it's a new level. 65, you are officially an elder. And whether you choose to want to walk in that eldership, that's what you are looked up as. Someone who has lived and have lived experiences totaling 65 years. And so this journey for me, walking into 65, has been an emotional, spiritual, intentional journey. Because I've been a servant for most of my life. I've been a Marine for 7.5 years. I got out in 1989. So when you asked that question about 30, I got put a pin on it for that very moment, because I had just gotten out of the service and was turning 30 to have my first child. So we'll put a pin on that. But this intentional building around 65 for me, it's been something that, because my whole community around me is seniors, I built a community of supporting, nurturing, loving, and giving seniors their flowers while they're here. My mother, she's no longer here with us, but she used to tell me and my 7 brothers and sisters, give me my flowers while I am here. Don't cry over me when I'm gone. Don't put no dead flowers because I can't see them. And so that was embedded in me for many, many years. So this thing about walking into 65 with an intention is absolutely something that has resonated with me. And this whole vision of being 65, and I know there are people in my community that are much older than me. Mm-hmm. We don't need another trinket, another perfume bottle, another pair of shoes, boots, bras, none of it. At this age for me, I need to get rid of. I need to downsize. And so that's what this blessing birthday came into being for me. Asking my friends to take this 32-ounce jar last year. Thank you, Shirley. She's on here. She's one of the blessing jars along with you, Dr. Rosie. Thank you for accepting this journey. And it's been a journey of counting down every day to now being from this amazing journey.
Wow. Wow. That is so exciting. Now, some people ask me, when do you make that first change? When I talked about, we talked about 65, we talked about eldership. And I told them, Linda, the first change I think we make in our life when we hit 40. Yes. 40 ushers in something special. But when you hit 60, 65, it's a whole new thing. As I say, older, bolder, and happier. Folks, it really comes with knowing who you are, pleasing self, able to say no and laugh about it. You're coming into a world of happiness when you find yourself, and it takes a long time to do that. But I'm telling you, age makes a difference. That's why I say to people when they look at younger people and they look at what they do, Some things come with times. Would you agree, Linda?
Oh,
Time,
absolutely.
yeah, time. Something only come with time. You can't get it until you have spent some time on this life journey. And the most important thing about it is during this time, the question becomes, folks, who did you spend that time with or around? How important is that, Linda?
That's been a very important journey for me. I think in the past, from 2010 until 2024, I spent my whole lifespan around seniors, elders, those older than me. I started this journey in 2010. The jazz and blues legends that I honored, they had to be 70 at that time in 2010. And then as they started aging and we started losing them faster than I could honor them, I said, once I got to the sixth row at 60, I said, oh, this is a whole new level right here, being on the sixth row. So I'm going to lower that age and lower the age requirement of being honored to 60. Because if you make it to the sixth row of life, you got 6 decades of experience that you can share with those under you. And you can receive from those older than you. And so it's become a education of life for me, being around them, serving them, loving them, providing marketing and support and recognition for the things that we love. And they love music. They love being around music. They want to go to be and hear music. And that became a cherished thing for me. I remember celebrating the birthday with Shirley at Church of Religious Science in Leimert Park. They used to do a jazz series on Wednesdays. And I remember celebrating my birthday there with them and just celebrating each year around bringing my friends together around music. And that has been the joy that I have gotten to be a part of. Moving here to Henderson is a whole nother level because there's no music here. So I'm now packing up my bags and moving on over to Las Vegas so I can be closer to music. I'm not coming back. I know I had announced that I was going to come back to California.
Just
I
not
put that
going to
dream
do it.
out. I'm going to stay here because we're veterans. This is a red state. Yes, y'all, it's a red state and they treat us nicely. So just for that reason, my husband is a senior, 16 years older than me. He's 80, getting ready to be 81. So my thoughts is always about him and taking care of him while he has this time left. And so the healthcare system here is 10 times better. We get Ubered
Wow.
to our doctor's appointment. All I do is press a button, one, and the car comes. And two, when I'm ready to be picked up and brought back home. I never experienced that in California. So as you age, you want more simplicity.
Hmm.
You want things to be more easier, more joyful, more happy, less stressful, because people are stroking out over the smallest things.
Absolutely. Young people, young people. It
Yes.
really makes a difference. So as you're moving with life, let me ask you this question. When did you come to realize, or when did you stop worrying and about pleasing others? At what point in your life?
Woo. I think that came in going on this journey in this last year because I had to make some real tough decisions about my time. I can get more money, as George always says. Dr. George Frazier says it very eloquently. I can get more money, but I cannot get more time.
Absolutely.
And how you choose to intentionally spend your time with folks is your joy and your peace. And so going on this journey from 64 to 65 has helped me to see who's in your support corner. Who are you supporting? Who's supporting you? When times get rough and
Hmm.
times get tough, as they often do,
Yeah.
who can you turn to? And who expects you to turn to them?
Right.
And so this exercise for me, this journey of asking my friends to go on this journey with me has been amazing. I mean, there was folks who came to the party, to the 64th, and was not one of the original people that I had asked to go on the journey. And once they got there, they raised their hand. Thank you, Miss Shirley Worlds, for being one of those individuals who came and said, I want to go on this journey with you, Linda. So I
Wow.
appreciate that. And it's not about financial journey. It's about me being a blessing and each one of us being a blessing while we can. Because we don't know what our number is, but we can be intentional about being a blessing every day to others.
Let me ask you, Linda. I think it was last about 4 years ago that you got married.
Oh no, it's
Was
been 2019.
2019. That's about what, about 6 years.
Yes.
Okay, at this point, when we start talking about being bold, coming into yourself, did you feel differently than you felt before by making the choice that you wanted to make with not being concerned about other people? If you had made this choice, this marriage that you are in now, if you had made that choice 15 years ago, would you consider anything about anybody or other people's thoughts?
No, I wouldn't have. And here's why. Because this one is my fourth and final, and I say that all the time jokingly. I've been married every way that a woman could get married, from justice of the peace to Las Vegas marriage to the courthouse marriage to the big wedding in the church with 200 people attending. And so to be able to have that experience, that's facts for me. That's data. A woman can't tell me nothing about marriage if she hasn't walked all aspects of how you can get married. And so this being married to this young fella has made me have a sense of calm. The mother three, I was young and wild and crazy and doing my thing. This one, I have a sense of calm and peace that is beyond measures. I think God set us up to be in such a way that we are, financially stable. We've gone from homeless to house rich,
Wow.
as folks say.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Folks, it's really something. And what we're going to do, we're going to pause here for those on, our audience here. If you have some questions or comments for my guests, feel free to open your mic at this time. If you're over 65, holler. Let me hear you. Let me see what you're feeling if you cross that bridge. Because to me, it is so exciting. And if you think 65 is something, you wait till you strike 80, baby. Oh, you can't tell me nothing. Okay? No, really, I'm open. I'm a sponge. I listen. Linda, you said something was so important. A lot of people, when they begin to mature, they only want to hang with people who are mature or older. I've always spent my time with the elders and with the children, with the youth. You have no idea where that position you, because now you really know what's going on with the youth, you know what's going on with the elders, and when you bridge that together, you really become a whole person.
Yeah,
So I want at this time, if you have open your mic, feel free to jump right in. I know because Cassandra, Brenda always has something to say on these type of conversations. But I'm enjoying my 80. And sometimes, people tell, well, don't tell people you're 80. I'm so happy to be 80. I don't know what to do. How can you be withhold something so precious? Do you know what that means to live 80 years and to be able to 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 walk and talk and to I mean I can do it all. I can be peaceful, I can raise hell when I get ready. I can do it all. and I don't feel guilty about it. So I'm excited. I just, woo, y'all just don't know. You gonna get there. I hope you feel the way I feel and the way Linda feel getting 65. It's so incredible. Seem like Cassandra want to jump in up there, Cassandra.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I wanted to mention I love your story, Miss Morgan. It's beautiful. I think aging is beautiful. I love aging so much. I majored in aging in the university. I have a master's in gerontology. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I've been noticing that a lot of, I would say mostly females, they're not comfortable with aging. They don't want to get older. But I look at getting older, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It's
We're
a
not
blessing.
forever young. We're not. It's not a reality. You can take all the, what is that, human hormones and all that stuff, but yet and still our internal organs are aging, right? You can look beautiful from the outside. I think it's beautiful. I love to see human beings with gray hair, and aging is just like wisdom. Like it's something that I can gain, right, from an older person. I
Yes.
can't gain anything from a younger person, but trouble. You can teach me some bad things, right? But I just wanted to say that it's a beautiful thing to age. I think.
Wow.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I think Shirley want to jump in.
Of course, Linda, it's great to see you again. I had no idea you were in Henderson, but I always said wherever we go, there's a life for us, and it seems like you have found that life. And it's going to be so exciting to celebrate your birthday with you. I am 77 years old, and I can testify to everything that you have said about how wonderful life gets as we age, and it has a lot to do with wisdom. If I had my 20-year-old body with my 77-year-old mind, I would be totally dangerous. But anyway, I think it's wonderful to have these kinds of conversations because there are a lot of people who have a problem with aging, and I think that it just, when you don't kind of roll with it, it ages you more.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate to have my 96-year-old mother still with me.
Wow.
And so I learned so much about the aging process from her. She still has she has a wonderful sense of humor. Like most of us, her short-term memory, is not as good as it was, but she can remember things that happened in 1940. So I'm learning a lot about again the aging process from her. And it just makes me, want to take that journey every single day. Wherever God decides for me to land, I'm going along for the journey. And Linda, you're an inspiration for people who have those fears, but need somebody like you to kind of coach them through it. So I'm really proud of you.
To let them
Oh,
know it's time to live. It's time to live. Keith, let me go to my co-host since we are talking. I need to know, how we feel. How do men feel about aging?
I think men take it differently. Okay. As far as aging, men is about what you still can do. Um, so when men, number one, men don't finish growing till they get to 30 years old. So we're like 10, 12 years behind women. Um, and men is more about being physical and what you can do with your hands and stuff like that. Um, so men seeing age is different. Gray hair and stuff like that, gray hair and wrinkles don't mean as much to a man as it does to a woman. It's because what we value is probably different. Men, as long as your body works, if your body still works and your mind still works, men can be 80 years old and they feel fine. They don't feel old. But women, I'm not saying all women, but most women, okay, their youth, fertility, and looks are especially when they're young, that's their superpower. So when they start losing it, that's why they focus on it. Um, so men see aging differently than women do. Men is more of a physical thing. Okay, if we can't if we have pains or we can't walk or we can't do something like that, then that's when age starts to creep in. But if we can do all that, our body feels fine. Most men don't really care.
I think men don't care about a lot of things. I think the most important thing to a man and their manhood is can they uh, have an erection. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then your body's not working. That means your body's not working in some shape, form, or fashion. Um, but if that's working and your body's working, you ain't got no pains. Men don't care
You
about
heard
wrinkles
he
and gray
say
hair.
he
Yeah,
don't care about the wrinkles. He don't
no,
care about the
no,
pain.
no.
All he want to make sure the apparatus is
No,
working right.
well, the thing is, that's part of it. But thing is, okay, can you walk? Can you get up? Can you move around? If you want to jog, can you jog? Can your body physically do what it used to at some portion? And basically, um, I heard this from a football player that used to get injured every year, right? And he said every year he came back in, you have to find your new 100%. Okay, you can't be what you were, but thing is, what is your new 100%? And you
Right.
focus on what you can do right now to the best of what's left of you. And I think most men focus on that. Most guys I know, because I know tons of guys that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Most guys don't. Um, if their body works, and I think that's what men focus on, if their body works and stuff
Hmm.
like that, wrinkles and gray hair and that kind of stuff, yeah, that doesn't really
It's
bother them.
okay.
No,
Well, let
it's
me
okay.
let me ask you this, Linda. Well, but to the audience at large, do you think women tend to be more concerned about the wrinkles, the gray hair, it because of their perception of how men see them at that stage? Talk to me.
I'm not. I have friends who are in their 70s, in their 80s, and their 90s that will be joining me on this journey. And I don't think that they concern themselves so much with men. Of the three, of the four women that are of age, only one of them have a husband. And so they are completely single, living their best lives.
Hmm.
And so I don't think that, having most, and it's probably 50-50. Half of us want a man, half of us don't want a man. Half of us can live with a man, half of us can't. And so just finding your joy and your satisfaction is what I think makes you uh, stand out or makes you able to live at your peace.
So
Not
you
so
would
much.
so you would agree that coming into maturity makes you accept uh, being by yourself, whether it's by choice or not by choice, because you know who you are. I think that acceptance becomes so different. That's why I think maturity and aging give you that sense of freedom, that I'm okay. One is a whole number. I think by that time you really reach that point that it's good to have someone in your life, but I'm good if there's no one in my life because people find their place. Many times people don't step into their real purpose sometimes till they're about that age because they don't have a lot of strings attached. So they're
Right.
free to give of themselves. The kids are grown if they have any. The grandkids are gone. That we call that empty nest. They're flourishing. I mean, they're in the prime of their life. When sometimes the family is saying, "Well, you need to go sit down. You know, you this age." There are people who really do that to people, and they get, "Oh, you're 60 years old." What difference does it make? Wow.
I tell you, I said, as I'm aging, it has helped me to become more intentional
Hmm.
because now there is a focus on legacy building. There is a focus on what I'm going to leave for these two creatures, now third being the granddaughter, that I produced and brought into this world. They didn't ask to come here, and all that I'm creating and all that I'm building has to be left to them, regardless if they choose to or not.
Hmm.
So, am I leaving them bills or am I leaving them a will? That's what this whole legacy wisdom
Hmm.
thing is about for me. And being able to be a blessing. I am good. So if I can be a blessing to others, that's what I want to do. I want to live my life traveling. I want to be a model like Shirley. Didn't have a clue that Shirley was 77. Thank you so very much for letting me know that.
Absolutely.
She is a giver and she is living her best life. And so I look at the examples of the women around me that are being joyful. I have a bunch of haters in my camp. I can just say it. They all on my Facebook strand. I can just say it. But I look for the good in everything, in everyone. So I block out. With wisdom comes blocking out the hate.
Yes.
You don't have to even indulge in the hate. I know that it's there, but you don't have to indulge in it.
Right.
As you grow, this 65 for me put me in an eldership position. I don't have to work no more. I don't have to get up if I don't want to anymore. I am being intentional with the time that God has given me. And I
Seem as if
say,
that seem as if that's giving you a sense of being responsible. Like there's something that you must do,
yes.
something that you have to do. I love that.
And the fact that I am the baby of 8. My mother had 4 girls, 5 girls and 3 boys. I only have one sister and one brother left, but I have over 175 nieces and nephews.
Wow.
And so this pain came over me when Trump took office. Let me just say it because I knew the handwriting was on the wall in terms of the things, the services, all the things that was going to come with that. Who is going to be here to help me and my older sister take care of our 175 nieces and nephews? Their mothers are in heaven with my mom. So I took on that burden of responsibility to say, you're going to need to be a blessing, not only for your community, but you're going to need to be a blessing for your own family. And so this eldership is riding real high with me. My
Okay.
next level of purchase is a compound. I'm looking to build a compound for my family now. And if
Wow.
you can't see it, you will never envision it. You have
Right.
to dream it to get there.
Now, Linda, I think that's something that needs to spread across this country. Like you said, that compound. You know, I noticed when I was in Bakersfield, they were building a lot of generational housing where they, you know, how they used to have they call it the house for the mother-in-law, for the grandmother. But now
Hmm.
people are building houses so situated, some of them even have 2 kitchens. I think we're looking at a new day, and I think elders, as we age, we begin to recognize the importance of legacy building. Because the
Yes.
average person that's over 60 has too much, Keith. They got too many pair of shoes. They got too many dresses. They just got the house. They almost like hoarders, holding
Yes.
on to stuff that we need to let go and teach others the importance of letting go of pain, letting go of anger. Do you find that, Linda, that it's more easy to dismiss what people come after you with when they throwing stuff at you? Do you find that you're able to say you can throw it, but baby, it's not going to stick? Talk to me,
Yeah.
Linda.
Yes, Dr. Rosie, that part right there, because in doing this exercise, this has been a blessing and a curse. And I say that lovingly because people who you think are should be happy that they've attained this wisdom, that they're on the other side, they're 70, 80, 90. They're not happy with their lives, even though they should be grateful that
Yeah.
they're still here.
Yeah.
Because God could have said, lights out, see you, take each day. And that's what I'm trying to envision. They say you're doing too much. This is me. This is my journey.
Go sit down, huh, Lynn? They want you to sit.
Yes, you don't have to run the race that I'm running. You don't have to do all the things that I'm doing. God has given me this energy to be able to do the things that I'm doing. I just say, get in where you fit in, enjoy the ride. If I can bring some sunshine to your life, let me be the blessing that I can be. And with these seniors, changing over my whole nonprofit to be a blessing while I can, I've done the years of honoring. I've done the years of celebrating. Now let me be the person that helps you to leave a legacy for your children's children. If you never thought about it, if you never thought about what am I leaving for these creatures that I created, let's start thinking about that conversation. And that's this whole thing about turning our birthdays into this legacy birthday wealth movement. And that's what I wanted to become, a movement. Each of us taking our birthday, giving our friends and family and co-workers and board members and members a jar and just say, here, take this jar. As you think of me, bring this back for my next year's birthday. That's a simple ask. If they put $1 in there a day, in 365 days out of a year, they could bring you back $365 so that you're able to be a blessing to someone else. It's not about, and that's the point I didn't really articulate because I had no clue what this journey was about. I know that God gave it to me and that God wanted me to spread it throughout my community, that we as seniors, we don't need another thing. Don't bring me no flowers. Don't even spend no money on no cards. Simply just bring the resources financially if that's what you would like to do to be a blessing to me for my birthday. We're going to have a good time out there in the sun. And I'm doing Know Before You Go. If you've never been out to LACMA, it's a great outdoor space. Parking, if you don't get there early, you're going to be mad at yourself because you're not going to be able to find parking. And as a senior, who wants to be driving around and can't find no place to park? So that's why I started it early for my seniors, 3 o'clock. They can come, have their nosh, have their stuff, listen to the concert, and get back home before it's dark. Barbara Morrison, my mentor, used to make me do events from 4 to 7 at her center so that seniors can get in and get out and be home before dark. So that's the purpose of me starting it at 3 o'clock. It ain't that, oh, girl, I can't get off work. It's a Friday. That ain't your time. The concert is from 6 to 8. But from 3 to 5:30, me and my senior friends, we're going to be doing what we do. Enjoying each other, eating, drinking, and having fun. And the concert starts at 6 for the true jazz lovers who want to come and listen to jazz. So it's a great outdoor experience. I did it there because 15 years ago, I went to this very location on my birthday and celebrated and honored 6 women there. Most of them are still with us.
Wow.
Kathy Siegel Garcia, Sylvia Boyd, Jean Shai, Gloria Hendry, Lorena Morrow. Jessica Taylor is the only one that's in heaven. And so it was such a great time to be out there and in celebrating them, I said whenever my birthday fall back on a Friday, which it has this momentous occasion, I would do the same thing. Go back to LACMA and celebrate.
Wow, that is so exciting. I think you're really starting a movement because you're right. You know, for a birthday, the legacy experience, I think it's really neat. And I think it's going to catch on that people are going to do it, and it's going to be such a blessing because whatever people bring, I think what we're teaching people, the overflow is not yours. The overflow is really for you to pass along. And speaking of that, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Linda is not someone who talks the talk, she walks the walk. She was one of the sponsors for Black Writers on Tour 2026. And that was a movement for our people to say, when are we going to stop begging everybody else to sponsor us or to pour into us? When are we going to pour into ourselves? And that was a movement. And someone else heard about your story, Linda, and asked me, well, you know what? Can me and my wife help sponsor next year? Well, sure you can. You never know when we take a stand how it's going to kick off with other people. But it is so exciting with what you do and what you're doing and the way you live your life, the joy that we see in you. You know, it's just motivating, it's stimulating. So I appreciate all the work that you do because you're a definite collaborator. You, it's like I haven't seen any cause that you have not participated. It's not like you stuck in, well, all I'm going to do this. You're all over the place. You just, wherever there's a need, you tend to pour water there, and I want to congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
And you could easily go home and sit down. I mean, you don't have any financial issues. You could sit down and not look back, you know? So, but you're out here steady trying to change and to make things happen. And what you're doing is not in vain because other people are going to catch on. They're going to want to do what they see you doing. You know, so just keep on doing it. I tell people, I've had folks to ask me, Linda, Doc, when you going to retire? That's when I start working. That's when I'm going to retire, when I start working. Because
That's it.
I love what I do. I don't consider it work. And whatever you're doing out there, whatever you're doing, folks, get into something that doesn't feel like work. I'm just saying, don't be on something that you hate 8 hours a day. How do you do it? Find the thing that you can get joy from and watch how things will multiply and you will really be okay. So it's exciting. There was a few other questions I needed to ask you, Linda. What are you finally giving yourself permission to do?
Oh my Lord. I've finally given myself permission to rest
Okay.
and to not be on the work ban agenda for so many different causes and things. I have a sense of organization. Being a Marine sergeant for 7.5 years allowed me to have what these eyes are called eagle eyes. And it's a total gift from God. I'm able to see things in print that the average eye will look at and overlook it. So that's where I started with, well, this is a business model.
Hmm.
You could be helping businesses by looking at their things before they put them out. And so I was doing that in the background for 18 years. And just being able to be free of only using my eyes when I choose to and not when I have to. Because it becomes frustrating when you have to focus and use them when you don't want to. So the thing for me now is being able to just let it go, and I wake up when I wake up, and I don't have to worry about somebody else's agendas or anything. And so that's been a freedom for me after
Wow.
doing it for so long.
Well, what would be your advice to someone who's afraid of getting old?
Baby, if you are afraid of getting old, you have to ask yourself why. What are you afraid of? What is it about you that you don't want to pass on to someone else? If you have children, you don't have no choice. Because I would be upset if my mother left me with a bunch of bills that I had to take care of.
Oh,
I would
look
be
out.
hot. And so we have to think about what we are leaving for our children. They didn't ask, and I say this all the time, they didn't ask to be here. So think about that. If you don't think about nothing else, do you have an insurance policy that they could take care of themselves if you happen to leave? Not that you have to take care of your grown kids, but that's what insurance is for. It's that unexpected money that they could take and be able to do something with in remembrance of you when you're no longer here. My daughter told me, and I'm ashamed to say this, but I'm going to say it publicly. You got too many credit cards. And so I'm going to need you to get down to just 5. You can manage your life on 5 credit cards. With the limits that you have and the credit that you have, you can just get down to 5. And so I have been diligently working since September last year to close out cards, diminish balances, to get down to just operating on 5 cards. So that I'm not leaving her with this headache of trying to manage 30, 40 credit cards. Because all of your life experiences roll over to your children, whether you care to want to think about it or not. Some say, "Well, I'll be out of here. I don't care." But think about the stress that you would be putting your child through.
That's right. Because those letters would definitely come to your house, to whoever the administrator, whoever left over the succession of this person, they want to send those bills to you.
Yes.
So you have to figure out how to deal with it, or will you deal with it. But it's so important. Do you think most people fear, what you think the greatest fear of the average person of getting older?
The fear I think that they feel is no longer being relevant.
Okay.
No longer being relevant. I had my heyday. I've been there, done that, as some of my senior friends say to me all the time. I've been there, I done done that, I done all what you trying to do, that. Then be joyful that you're still here and give back the wisdom. And that's why I'm so grateful that George Fraser has started this wise counsel.
Wow.
Because a lot of us need some inspiration around aging.
Right.
It is not a bad thing to age.
Please know that it's not.
If you get up and you've got a breath of air, as Marla Gibbs says, it's never too late to do anything. It's just walking and talking and being in it. And I'm that type of friend that people know. You ask me something, I'm going to do the research and I'm going to find out for you how to make it easier. Work smarter, not harder. That's been a thing in the military for me for years. I'm going to try to work smarter all the time.
And it's interesting, Linda, how people worry about the energy you spend into worrying about getting old when you don't even know if you're going to live to get old. So you worrying about a day where your number could be already set, and you don't even know if you're going to get to old, and you're worrying about it. You're spending your young life, your fruitful life, worrying about what will happen when you get old. Isn't that amazing? Brenda, you have your hand up. Open your mic. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. This morning there has been so many gems that have been dropped. Linda, you're fabulous and amazing. Shirley, you're magnificent in your beauty and showing just how wonderful life can be as we age. There's a saying that says everybody will experience youth, but not all will experience being old.
Oh,
Old is a privilege. It's a blessing from God. And
Yes.
I just think that if you are a person that has a heart for service, boy, it's like a double blessing. And so I just want to say this is a wonderful conversation. And Dr. Rosie, when you said get into something that doesn't feel like work, that was magnificent. That is magnificent. And I just want to say I am so grateful. I'm sorry that I'm not on camera because I'm not camera ready, but I just wanted to let you know that this is a plethora of information and I am so glad that I tuned in.
Thank
wow.
you.
Thank you so much, Brenda. She's absolutely right. We all will be young, but we all won't get to live to get old. It's such a grateful thing. You just don't know. When I wake up every day, I am so grateful. I go to bed anticipating getting up. Now, I don't go to bed hating to get up. You know, some people go to bed, wow, hope daylight never comes. I go to bed waiting for daylight, you guys, that I have something to do. So I just love it. I want people to live for today. You may not get older. So why are you spending that energy in? Well, will I be in a home? Will my kids be there for me? Your kids may be gone before you go. Why are we eating tomorrow? Oh my God, if we can live for today. I live
Every
for
day.
today.
Yes.
Because it's like this, Linda. When I tell people sometimes, the reason some people are so fearful about what's going to happen to them, because life is like a garden. Did you plant something? Maybe you planted some tomatoes and you planted some potatoes and some peas. Maybe the tomatoes didn't do so well this year, but the peas came up. I would never feel, I couldn't see myself, I don't feel anything. I couldn't see myself if I couldn't come to my business, if I didn't have any money. Linda, I could never see myself being homeless because I have planted so many gardens. I know so many people that I could just who would say, "Well, come, I got a bedroom. Well, I come on the couch." This is how you should live your life. That there is no fear. That you have planted enough in your
See.
garden. There's
Hmm.
something in that garden. Not everything is going to die because the sun scorched it out. Not everything is going to die when the rain washes it down. It's about planting. It's life about planting, Linda, that brings
Yes.
you joy. Give us our closing remarks, Linda. Talk about that. It's about what you give out. People fear because they haven't done anything for anybody. They didn't do anything for the kids. They haven't done anything they haven't done anything that they deserve that would come back. I do believe in the pouring out is going to come back. And for these 80 years, I stand here to tell you, it comes back. What you plant, it will grow back.
And the thing that sticks with me, just being a blessing while I can, my mother used to always say to me, you can't be God's given, no matter how you try. And I didn't understand that for a long time. What do you mean I can't be God's given? And it wasn't until this last 3 years, really, that I have come into an understanding of how God does anything is how God does everything.
Yeah.
And being a part of and growing and learning in a legacy that Della Reese left. I go to her church. It's called UPS Church, Understanding Principles for Better Living. And in the last 3 years, this church has taught me to be an intentional manifester. And when I say intentional, is putting your thoughts where you want them to be. A year ago, this house was not in my thoughts. When I did the birthday party in July, I moved here in August. Had no idea that I would be buying a home and moving in August. Signed the papers on my mother's 95th birthday. Had about 50 of my nieces and nephews came out to Long Beach to celebrate my mom's 95th, because I've been celebrating her every year since she's been gone and while she was here. So these celebrations of life is all that we can look forward to.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that with others, people want to celebrate you, but have them to celebrate you in a way that you could be of goodwill to others. We all have a birthday to celebrate. Let's use our birthdays as an economic way of being a blessing to others.
Wow.
And it may come across like you trying to get money. It's not about you getting money. It's about you not wasting money and bringing me stuff that I'm going to trash, I'm not going to use, and I'm going to be upset that you bought and spent that kind of money on it, to realize that it wasn't for me. When you could just very well take that money, Cash App it, Zelle it, Venmo it, put it in a jar, and bring it to me so that I could do and be a blessing for others.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. Because, and you mentioned that your mama, who you've said that you can't be God given, a lot of those things they told us that we need to hold on to. We tend to throw things out. I recall, Linda, when they would say, it's better to give than to
Then
receive.
receive.
And I
Mhm.
said, now, what kind of talk is that? I want to receive. But then you grow into knowledge. It come with aging. It come with maturity. You learn the process that giving, how it comes back to you. I didn't understand when you. It's funny, folks. When you're younger, there are some things that's passed down, some wisdom, some nuggets that doesn't even make sense to you. That's why I say, the old folks used to say, "Baby, just keep on living." Did you ever hear that, Linda?
Oh yeah.
Grandmama said, "Baby, just keep on living." Now I know what they mean. My dad would say, just keep on watching the sun rise and set, baby. Keep on watching the sun rise in the east and set in the west. You'll understand some of these things. And I truly do. Because when he used to pray, and he would say, Lord, I thank you that I woke up this morning clothed in my right
A right
mind.
mind.
My sister and I would fall out laughing. We said, that's so foolish. Everybody in their right mind. We didn't understand, but now when she calls me, she said, girl, the day Tuesday, Wednesday, we got it down. Just keep on living. Life teaches you something. Watch the elders. You would get there. Learn from them. Ask them, how did they get there? How are you able to be able to take care of your, how did you manage to take care of those 5 kids when it just you? Ask some questions along the way. We
Yeah.
fail to ask the seniors the questions. They have many of the answers that you're going into the encyclopedia. You're looking for it on Google. It's right in your face. It's right there. Linda Morgan, living example. If you know her life, she's a living example of what mindset can do. When you make up your mind to do something, it doesn't matter what age. Step into your greatness.
I remember when we was talking about publishing my first book, and a year ago, before it even happened, I was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm gonna get this book published, but I'm gonna get this book published.
Hmm.
And being able to just consider that thought and to make it happen
Hmm.
is what I say to, if you put your mind to it,
Yes,
you can do it, no matter what age you are.
That's
And
right.
I'm loving the fact that these seniors that I have in my community, I'm looking up to them because they are continuing to live life and they come out loving music, loving being in the community. I cannot wait for Friday to celebrate with everyone. Know before you go. That's all I want to say. Know before you go. If you've never been out to LACMA, call me. Ask some questions. Let me help you with this experience because I done sent out birds. I done sent out robocalls. I done sent out emails, text messages. I can't do no more. 3 days in, I'm all about joy and seeing you as the day unfolds.
Wow. It's in everybody on this call. Welcome to come.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's out at LACMA. LACMA is the LA County Museum of Art on Wilshire and Fairfax. The jazz starts at 6, but again, I started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for my seniors. So know that there's a lot going on between 3 and 5. If you want to be a part of that, that's the time to come. 5 o'clock, we will be on a quick Zoom. I'll have Zoom on my phone and I'll be able to share the link with everybody else because George Frazier is making a major announcement for small businesses. So I will be doing that at 5. And then from 5 to 5:45,
Hmm.
we'll be eating dinner. And then 6 to 8, don't bother me because I'm going to go listen to the concert. So if you have not made it there between that, it's your timing. There's no angst on it. Just know that this is my schedule and you get in and fit in where you can. 3 to 8. 8:30, I am on the party bus, Norman Lewis limousine, back to Henderson. If anybody want to join me on a quick turnaround, come, ride to Henderson with me, hang out all night, ain't no sleeping. I'll have you back in LA on Saturday at 6 o'clock. We're going to have some
Wow.
breakfast and we're just going to enjoy it. So if you want to do that, call me, hit me up. But the bus will be
Wow.
leaving LACMA at 8:30.
Wow. It's gonna be a weekend of nothing but fun. Cassandra, call me if you want to join us. We can ride together. Call me. Linda, thank you so much. This has been awesome. Uh, I've gotten a lot of information. I'm sure we all have learned a lot. We had Keith to jump in. He told us all about how men feel. I've never heard a man mention about gray hair. Come to think of it, after Keith said that, they seem to just go with the flow. It's my hair, you know?
Yeah, happy to have it. Men care if you lose it. They don't care what color it is.
Right.
Is it on your head?
That's a good way to
Yes,
put it. That's a good way to put it. Well, folks, I just want you to know that aging is a blessing. Your best years are yet to come. I'm
yes.
still looking forward to my 90s. My sister's 96, one is 93. That tend to be long life in our family. So I don't want to disappoint anybody. Now, if they living that long, what that mean I have to do, Linda? I
Lip,
can't break the record, right?
nope.
So you guys have a good day as you go on your way. Leonard, thank you so much. You're such a wonderful guest. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday. You guys have a
Absolutely.
great day. Shirley, thank you for joining us. Cassandra, Brenda, all of those who are on the phone, we thank you so much and we hope that you enjoy as the years to come and may you live a long life that's full of happiness and nothing but joy. If it's to be, it's up to me. Remember that. Have a great day.